All right, first off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakodash. True name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The true name of the Son of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who continues to feed us in this truth, in our sincerity, in our honesty. All right, shalom also to the fellow believers, the sisters, the men on the highways and byways. The one third we Lord will have mercy upon us coming. This lesson is going to be a very short update, on the development of prophecy, especially as regards to here in Jamaica, right? The NIDS system is regard to the NIDS system, which is National Identification System, which is a digital system of identification that was started. Was the framework, the groundwork was started back in 2011. When the then Prime Minister Bruce Golding, announced, that they would start working on it. A couple years back, the government brought forth the legislation to bring it to life, but it was shut down, by Parliament, stating it was unconstitutional in some places. But now, with this crisis, this global crisis that the world is now facing, which is the COVID-19 pandemic, it has now offered a renewed opportunity, to bring about certain agenda, that have been put forth by the United Nations in the UN 2030 agenda, which one of those articles of sustainable development goals is the digital identity, you know, the creation of a digital identity for everybody on the earth. So now Jamaica, is trying to push that using this crisis, which is the COVID-19 crisis. So we're going to start off with this article here from the Jamaica Observer. It was posted Thursday, March 26, 2020, so that's Thursday, last week Thursday. So it says government needs to be able to identify every Jamaican in times of crisis. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has re-emphasized the need for the state to be able to identify all its citizens, especially in times of crisis such as the one the country is now facing. He also called on businesses operating on the margins of formal economy to get registered in order to be able to access assistance from the government when there are economic challenges. And that's one of the reasons why this is being pushed. They are saying that without being properly identifiable by the government, you will not be able to receive certain benefits and assistance from the government. Right? Holness was speaking yesterday as a digital town hall meeting on assistance to businesses during the COVID-19 crisis. In between the aspirations and what we can actually deliver, there is a gap. There's a gap of implementation and there's a gap of systems. We presently cannot identify every single Jamaican as beneficiary systems, identification systems are not strong enough or not as strong as they should be. Salakia. What we are learning in crisis is that we need to be able to identify all Jamaicans, he said, noting the need for a national identification system. This is the real test of the society now. Are we, in a time of crisis, able to identify everyone? And the answer is no, he remarked. Now, this line of thinking, this line of argument is actually put forth on the ID 2020 website, that roughly 1 billion people in the world cannot be identified. And because they cannot be identified, they are not able to receive certain government benefits or certain state benefits. So it's important that they are identified. It's the same logic that's being pushed here, that now we have a time of crisis, now we need to help our people, but we cannot identify them. So therefore we need that digital framework where everybody will be identifiable using a digital identity, right? So this next article is also from the Observer, posted on Saturday, so 2 days after the other article. It says the Jamaican government, has indicated that it will be fast tracking the implementation of the national identification system as part of its response to the crisis triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, addressing Jamaicans during a digital press briefing at his offices in St. Andrew yesterday, said it was clear that the country had put in place a national system of identification prior, then it would be far easier for the government to provide an individualized benefit system that would be profit of all. The truth is, we now don't have that system. We are behind in our implementation. We still have new legislation to bring to the cabinet, to parliament, but we cannot waste a crisis. Right now, this last phrase is actually one that has been quoted by many, of the world leaders, especially those who have a hand in the implementation of the global agenda. It was quoted by Winston Churchill, and by Hillary Clinton, just to name a couple. Showing you that all these world leaders are working after the same agenda, right? Which is the UN 2030 agenda, which is pretty much at the end of the day, is to have you all chipped, have you all controlled, have everybody on a digital identification system where everybody has a digital identification, right, and can be reached digitally, right? So if we go down a little bit further, it says now is the time that we really need to have the system, and we are going to move as quickly as possible within the boundaries of the law and the Constitution to ensure that every Jamaican has a unique identifier that will be able to ensure that everyone will benefit, that whatever benefits come from the government will go directly to them. And if you notice, they keep pushing that rhetoric, receiving benefits from the government, receiving benefit from the government. So that means that when this system is implemented, if you refuse, or if you don't have it, there will be no benefits from the government for you. You won't be able to access government services. So essentially, you'll be shut out of the system, right? And we've been bringing it out from 2011 when it first surfaced. The idea first surfaced that this is a framework, for the implementation of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip system, right? This is just a framework for that. It's not the actual RFID chip, it's not the mark of the beast, but it's a framework for the mark of the beast. Because once you have that digital framework set up where everybody is identifiable on a digital network, then the next step is very easy to have everyone chipped, right? Which that new vaccine, is going to get into. But we brought that out in previous lessons. So this one was posted yesterday. New digital system to confirm workers under COVID-19 quarantine. So notice how they are rapidly um, bringing out, this digital system. It says the Ministry of Health and Wellness is expected to launch a virtual verification system today, which will confirm to employers the members of their staff who have been instructed to self quarantine or have been put in state facilities as a result as a result of the COVID-19 virus, for which there are nearly 40 confirmed cases in the island. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Dunstan Bryan, making the disclosure on Friday night during a digital press briefing, said requests have been received from both private and public sector employers over the past 2 weeks for such a mechanism for persons who have been asked to stay home. No, it doesn't qualify as sick leave because they are not sick, so there is no certification that a doctor will give you around your medical status, but you are being asked to stay home as a function of your quarantine or as a result of the requirement to self isolate or self quarantine. Right? So the point has been made. This digital framework is being pushed, and this crisis is being used as a springboard to launch, not only a digital identification system, but digital currencies across the world. We brought that out as well, and also to launch this whatever vaccine they come up with, along with an implantable RFID microchip. The whole thing is tied together, right? And we've been bringing it out, and we continue to bring it out as prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai should, right? So this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Let us put on the armor of light. Now is the prophecies being fulfilled on a rapid pace. Brothers are constantly putting out videos because there's so many things to report on. There's so many prophecies that we've been bringing out over the years that are now coming to life, that are now being animated right before our eyes. Right? This is Psalm 140, verse 5. The proud, starting with the elite of Esau, you know, the proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. And one of these gins is the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. That's the main gin. That's the main trap that is set before our people, right? That they are so feverishly leading toward it. A lot of our people really believe the propaganda that's being spread, this fear mongering over the virus that's being spread. A lot of people have bought into that fear. A lot of people have now started to trust in their government and to trust in whatever mechanisms and whatever solutions will be put forth to deal with the crisis, the man-made crisis that the world now faces. Right? It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save either that the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. This is the ultimate goal, right? This is the ultimate goal that this world agenda wants to achieve, right? To number you, to identify you, and ultimately to kill a lot of you, yo. Right? So that's pretty much what I want to bring out. Kalalal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakako, that's for give me the spirit to this lesson. Shalom, keep pushing, Akim.